of fireworks. Talk about some offensive trends, Chris, that have really changed the game since you played.
Well, one trend is the fact that the big fella can step out and shoot a three-pointer. It helps to space the floor, but you got guys that are shooting 30% from three, but that's an okay shot because of what it does for the rest of the team. And so I would say that. I would say the big fella bringing up the ball and pushing it. But I would really just say pace and shot selection, the evolution of the game where the fact you can shoot so many threes now just allows for different type of cutting, different type of spacing, different type of action. I just love the way that the game and the team game has evolved in the NBA.
More possessions, all of it. You're right.
Yeah.
And the Clippers starting five. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. Shooting foul. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
The free throw drops for Leonard.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
A championship standard in L.A. with the Lakers. The expectations will always be high.
Oh, yeah, Jay, you've been there with me. I mean, we both look up in the Raptors and seen those 16 championship banners up there. I mean, with LeBron James in the fold, the expectation is to get to 17, 18, 19.
Here's Beverley, following the basket by LeBron James. Caldwell Pope against Beverley. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Here's McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
Oh, that's just too easy for McGee. I mean, the minute he establishes position in this area, the defense is done.
Here's Leonard. The short one's on the money.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Lakers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Passes it to McGee. Caldwell Pope outside. To the middle. It's stolen by Morris. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Beverley. McGee with the block.
Oh, this is McGee's role. He's out here to defend and to stifle shooters whenever he can.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Over in the corner, Zubac. Back to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And, Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. And it's Leonard missing.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup, that'll get the whole team pumped up.
Beverley against Caldwell Pope. Pass to Davis. Now here's LeBron. From deep three-point range, no good that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Well, staying with your game plan is so important, especially when you are away from your home arena.
Now Beverley, after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's Morris. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverley, just dishing the ball to the wide-open man easily.
The drive by James on its way from Caldwell Pope for two. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by two. Leonard against LeBron. Pass to Beverly. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Zubac. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Lakers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Knocked away. Stolen by Beverly. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Just fantastic movement by Beverly. So effective in clogging passing lanes with his quick hands and anticipation.
And it's the Lakers' ball. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Well, it tells you a lot about who was the more aggressive team. I mean, they should have that same exact attitude tonight.
Now Beverly, following the three-point attempt by Anthony Davis.
Hey, yo, right here.
George looking around. The shot misses, and the Lakers take it the other way. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. Coach talked about their matchup against the Lakers and how they've gotten the better of LeBron and AD in the rest this season. He told me, as great of a team as they are, they can still get a little sloppy with their play if we challenge them on defense. You better believe we're going to bring it to them. Well, he is not exactly shy about his strategy tonight, is he, guys?
Thank you, David. Here's George. Following the basket by LeBron James. Stolen by Caldwell Pope.
Ill-advised pass on that one, guys. I mean, he had to know there was a man there in position to get that turnover.
It's good. LeBron's got his third basket of the night.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And there's the pass to Leonard. Over James. And again, no good by the Clippers.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Caldwell Pope passes to James. And here is Davis. He's covered by Leonard. McGee trying to break free. And it's Davis missing.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Beverly against Caldwell Pope. And here's McGee. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And it's Davis with the jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. The shoe culture becoming a bigger part of the game. Signature shoes, custom shoes, collections. P.J. Tucker with over 4,000 pairs of shoes. See, Webb, are you a collector?
I love it, and it's all because of the Jordan phenomenon, what Michael Jordan did for the game, not just with the shoe, but what he did for the game and making it be so cool in the culture. And I got to give my boys in Michigan, I got to give us a little credit, too, with what we did there. But the shoe game has definitely become something that's just crazy out of control. I love it, but no, yeah, I'm a little bit of a collector.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Dwight Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Smith comes in for Danny Green. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And then for the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. It's hauled in by LeBron.
You just can't find the touch this quarter. He's got to keep grinding, though, and looking for the best shot possible.
Smith right side. Morris with the block.
Just fantastic defense for Morris, getting right in the face of the shooter and coming up with the rejection. If he was shooting even a little bit better, the story of this game would be a lot different.
Now, here is Smith. James outside.
Get LeBron!
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Kawhi Leonard. And growing up, Chris, LeBron James always looked up to Michael Jordan, following in his footsteps. And like his idol, LeBron having success in the movies as well.
No one better to take that starring role. I mean, blockbusters, comedies. When his playing days are done, LeBron will continue to entertain.
And he makes the first. And coming up as an only child in difficult circumstances, LeBron James said he had to grow up early and take charge of his life at a young age.
Yeah, and that's what made him such a solid person and a great basketball player. And ever since, he sought control of his own destiny, Kevin. He empowered trusted friends along the way. He's paved a new path for players taking ownership of their careers.
And both free throws good for LeBron.
Oh, you love how effortless James makes this game look. Everything comes easy to him.
Outside Williams. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial six-man of the year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And Williams is sort of the classic instant offense guy. Whether he's coming off the bench or starting, he can provide a spark whenever they need one.
And both free throws good for Lou Williams.
Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
Passes to Cook. Back to James. And the dunk by James.
And you think of all the different images in your mind over the years of James attacking the rim.
Clippers trail by 8. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Williams for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Williams has got 5 points so far.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, he may just have to put a little more arc under that, but either way, it's a tough shot.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
He's not the biggest guy on the court, but Jackson doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. He'll take a knock as long as he can get his points out of it.
Now here's James. He's got 10. J.R. Smith on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Oh, man, and Jackson is just incredibly fast in transition. It's just the defense's worst nightmare when he's leaking out in the open floor.
And it's Cook with the ball for the Lakers. Pass to LeBron. Out to Smith. Launches it. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 3 assists in the game.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And the Clippers call time here. You know what, Chris? Speed at any position is so vital. Who are the fastest big guys in the game right now that you admire and just can't believe how they go baseline to baseline?
Oh, the first one that comes to mind is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's a Greek freak, but he's a freak of nature in basketball. His speed, his length, his athletic ability. You love seeing him. And I say a close second, Anthony Davis. And don't forget about Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, a lot of guys that love running the floor and put that pressure on the defense every time by getting out.
And here's a look at some numbers for Morris. Here's Jackson. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
Hey, who got it? I'm open. I'm up. I got your hand.
Pass to Williams.
Let's do it. Rotate through.
Over Cook. Rebounded by Howard.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
They get the rebound. Smith kicks to Cook.
Yo, JR.
The pass to James.
Hey, come around.
5 to shoot. They shoot again, and the jumper is good. And it's a 6-point Laker lead.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Right side, Williams from 13, and the rebound goes to Howard. Williams has gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. And the dunk by LeBron.
I mean, that's just the powerful build of James. Obviously helps him on the glass. Creating that second chance opportunity, incredible.
And it's the Lakers on the break. And Kuzma slams it in.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor. Just in total control so far.
Now here's Jackson. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
Who's got ball?
That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. And that's now 6 points for Reggie Jackson. Lakers leading by 8. Smith outside. Cook kicks to Smith.
Go pick up your man.
Passes it to Howard. That one, no good. Great D that time from Harold. Pass to Smith. 6 to shoot. Back to LeBron.
Check the clock.
It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
And you look for why they keep giving up buckets here, and their boxing out or lack of boxing out is really hurting them.
Williams passes to Harold. Now, here's Shamet. Defense is right there. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
The Clippers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Markieff Morris is checked in for James, and it's Alex Caruso in for J.R. Smith. Lakers leading by 7. Here is Cook. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Out to the wing. Here's Kuzma. Second chance shot, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the Clippers get called for the foul.
I love the fire Kuzma plays with, especially inside where he dares defenders to foul him.
The Lakers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
Free throw good, Kuzma.
And many people are high on Kuzma, an all-around player with a promising future given his impressive skill set.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And that does it for the first quarter. The Lakers on top, up by 8. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me in my darkest days. I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
Here are the five the Clippers have to start the second. Green is out there with Harrell. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the point.
Wow, the size of Morris helps him down low, especially when he decides to sky high for the dunk.
Outside Williams. Green finds Jackson.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
2 shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good.
Oh, and Jackson is not just a terrific shooter, but a fantastic defender as well, using his great speed on both ends.
Paul George is checked in for Landry Shamet. Jackson hits both of them. Here is Cook. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Kuzma. Here's Caruso, defended by George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Knocks it loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And for the last half-decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
And Anthony Davis is checked in for the Lakers. Green comes in for Quinn Cook. Now Beverly, after Markieff Morris's three-pointer that didn't go. And the basket is good. George has got it back down to single digits for the Clippers.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
Morris outside. Paul George with the steal. And now the fast break, George with the ball. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Now, here's Green. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Oh, this is the confidence Kuzma plays with. I mean, he feels like he can score on intense defense whenever he wants. Well, Kev, for all his scoring talent, Kyle Kuzma, he wants to be more. I mean, he's working to round out his game. He's growing as a defender, rebounder, and a playmaker.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Morris is checked in. See Webb last season, Kuzma making strides as a passer and as a defender.
Yeah, Kevin, that's because Rajon Rondo got him in the film room. Rondo! I mean, he improved his recognition, his rebounding. Still an area to work on.
Now, here's Beverly. He had 15 points last outing. 6 on the shot clock.
I'm good. You stay. I got him.
The three. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And Beverly has wonderful moves and has a great stroke from downtown. Gotta love how he rises up with plenty of confidence.
Green with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Green kicks to Kuzma. Caruso, the pass to Davis. Takes the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And the pass to Morris. Back to Green. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. And the Lakers making a change here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. Davis against Morris. And Davis puts it in. Davis has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first free throw is good. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And both free throws good for Paul George. Fans, broadcasters love to see teams get out and attack in transition. Would you like to see the league crack down on intentional fouls that will halt that break, slow down that break, stifle that break?
No, because the home fans or the fans of the team that's fouling doesn't want that team to get out and get an easy 2 points. I mean, we still have to have defense in the game. So anything that takes away from teams scoring, you just can't say, well, we want to watch them score. Don't do it. No. And very honestly, if you're an unselfish team, usually on those breaks, it's usually because a player holds the ball too long.
Right.
Usually they have another open player in front of them that they could pass it up to. And if you're an unselfish team, usually you'll still give the fans what they want. And that's a crazy highlight on the break.
Here's Beverly following the basket by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Here's George. And that one is off. And it's the Lakers the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. They get it back. Davis kicks to Morris. And there's another turnover by the Lakers. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Harrell.
And his scoring numbers have been going in the right direction these past few years. He's gotten better and better at handling what those opposing defenses are throwing his way and finding ways to get his points all over the floor.
Now here's Beverly after the miss from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Morris passes to Harrell. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Harrell's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
And Morris does a great job keeping his head up, finding his teammate for quality shots.
Caldwell-Pope with it, guarded now by Morris. That shot by Caldwell-Pope, no good. Here now, the Clippers. They're on a 19-7 run.
I see him. I see him.
Davis against Beverly. Here's Leonard. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's Caruso. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Watch the screen.
Morris outside. Shot clock at 5. Tipped away. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go all the way. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Green deciding where to go with it. Clock at 6. Stolen by Beverly.
Yo, kick it out, kick it out.
Another shot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
2.
No good on that one.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest who plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. JaVale McGee's checked in for Markieff Morris. James comes in for Green. And Smith subbed in for Alex Caruso. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. That one misses.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Smith kicks to LeBron. Caldwell Pope on the wing, defended by George. And Davis wide open. He shoots. And again, the Lakers no good. The Clippers in the lead. Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. J.R. Smith picks one up. The Clippers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one at the line is good.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Lou Williams is checked in for Patrick Beverly. And George drops them both. Chris, end of the season awards already being debated. What did it mean to you when you were named All-NBA?
Well, it meant a lot, especially in my era, again, of playing against the best power forwards, I feel, in a group of all time. And so it meant a lot. There's only one power forward position, and so to be on that All-NBA team, it's something that's more special to me than being an All-Star, because it's not about being the best 12 or 24. It's about being the best 5 in the league. And so those moments were always special, being named the first team NBA.
And like you said, you played in the golden era of the best players ever to play that position.
I tell you what, I think I played in the era where anyone that you would have picked in a power forward from the Western Conference, I couldn't have been upset at over myself, because everyone played in such a dominating fashion. Their teams were winning, and I knew personally how hard it was to guard these guys one-on-one.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Paul George making his last shot. And it's Davis missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Pass to George. And another 3 for the Clippers.
And he's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played. Quinn Cook's checked in for the Lakers. The Clippers also changing it up. Green comes in for Marcus Morris. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Kawhi Leonard. Here is Cook, defended by George. And it's Cook missing. Clippers leading by 7. Williams passes to Green. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And that one's good, James.
And the ball handling moves of James are sensational, effortlessly slicing through the D with his quickness.
Here's George following the basket by LeBron James, and it's good for 2.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Davis.
Shooting 1.
Free throw good, Paul George. Lakers trail by 6. On the wing, James, defended by George. And it's LeBron James with the 3.
Good J, LeBron.
LeBron's got 5 points now this quarter.
I like to say I'm blown away, but honestly, with LeBron, a game like this, it's just par for the course.
George. And James pulls it down. James has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Inside. Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
Oh, you love how fierce James is, a ferocious dunk artiste.
Now, here's Shamet, covered by Smith. And that one's good, Shamet.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Here's LeBron. No good, shot missing. Great D that time from Green. Elbow shot is on the way. Another one falls for the Clippers.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Lakers trail by 5. Pass to McGee. James outside. Excellent D there from George.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. It's tipped and stolen by James.
Hey, who's got Howard?
Howard dishes to Smith. Howard kicks to Cook.
Get there. Yo, set it up.
Lobbed up there for Howard. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. What? Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It was a rough ride in the first quarter for the Clippers. The deficit for them just seemed to grow and grow, eventually reaching the 10-point mark at one stage of the period. In the second quarter, however, they were not the same team, turning the game upside down. They played smart, energetic basketball, and were able to blaze out to a 5-point lead. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
They did some good things, but not enough. They need to start being more assertive. Go harder to the rim. Generate some free throw opportunities at the very least. Do something.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for the Lakers right now, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Green is out there with Caldwell Pope, and it's McGee in at the center filling out the middle. Pass to Zubac. Morris with the ball. Clock at 4 to the wing right side. Beverly for 3. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far. Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
And we are talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he's able to do on the basketball floor?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Lakers. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. And he jams it with authority.
And there's no real answer for Caldwell Pope in pick and roll sets. He can beat you with the shot outside or his quickness inside.
Leonard looking over the floor. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Green. The Lakers trail. Caldwell Pope passes to James. The wing jumper off target. The Clippers have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Kicks it out to Leonard. From downtown, the rebound by the Lakers. McGee's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
James has a 2-pointer. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And George, here we go. Oh, he just jams it right over LeBron. Wow.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
James dishes to McGee. He can't get that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And it goes down 2 points. And the Clippers lead by 5.
How about the strength of Morris, shrugging off the D and nailing the shot?
Caldwell Pope passes to Davis. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. LeBron with the bucket.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
From deep, George. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead.
The pass to Green, and here is Davis. Over Morris, and it's Davis missing. Outside Leonard. He kicks to Beverly. Right side Leonard. And it's the Clippers scoring again. Lakers trail by 8. James outside. He's looking for Caldwell Pope and finds him.
Oh, you gotta love the intelligence of James. He understands the game like few others. I mean, spots the open man with ease.
And the Clippers call time here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, I like the chess match that's going on here. Each team trying to find and exploit the favorable matchup on the floor.
And the Lakers with some changes. Morris is checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for James. And it's Alex Caruso in for Danny Green. Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for George. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Morris. Count that bucket. Morris has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Floats it up for Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Jackson against Caldwell Pope. And there's Harrell. That's good on the assist by Jackson. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
Now Caldwell Pope. 8 points for him. Morris outside. Back to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Morris. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. From deep. It's hauled in by Beverly.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Kicks it to Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Shoots over Kuzma. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Morris outside. There's the pass to Caruso. That's tipped. Here's Kuzma. Offensive rebound, Morris. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Wow. Morris is a physical guy, solid at staying active on the boards and gobbling up these rebounds.
And Beverly kicks to Jackson. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Caldwell Pope outside. Davis, great positioning on the putback.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Passes to Leonard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Leonard's got 18 points in the game.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, that's why he's hot. He's playing with a lot of confidence. That's why they're going to him with such consistency.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 8. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. And the Lakers making a change here. Cook's checked in. And then for the Clippers, Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Kuzma passes to Cook. Back to Kuzma. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That is his first foul of the game. Dwight Howard's checked in for the Lakers. Smith comes in for Alex Caruso. Kuzma, right side. He kicks it to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Jackson from 20 feet out. Rebound the Lakers. Davis has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy lay.
And it's Cook missing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
And here's Jackson. 12 points for him. He feeds it to Williams. Over Cook. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And even though Dwight Howard won't be logging the 35-plus minutes he once did, he is still a factor when he's on the floor.
Oh, yeah, Kevin, you better pay attention to Dwight. He can still hurt you with any touch he gets around the basket. I like seeing him in short bursts where you can force the opposing team to adjust to him inside.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
Free throw drop for Smith.
Now, we know this guy Smith is one of the most fearless shooters in the game. I don't know if he's ever seen a shot he didn't like.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And here are the Clippers now. Outside Williams. Pass to Leonard. Floats it up there for Harrell. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Kuzma passes to Smith. Back to Kuzma. Just 5 on the clock. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Kuzma's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Clippers leading by 8. Leonard inside. Davis is there. And Leonard gets it to go.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Pass to Howard. Kuzma left side. And the rejection by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
Here's Smith. Here's Howard. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Oh, no hesitation to get it to the rim. He uses his height advantage to convert the easy one.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
1 shot. 1 shot.
Free throw no good for Howard.
I love watching Howard still doing his thing out there. A nightly double-double threat.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring to teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
And he knocks down the first one. LeBron's checked in for the Lakers. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And at Utah, Kyle Kuzma restricted to more of a traditional power forward role. Now, the wide-open NBA style has unleashed his game.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Hey, D up on Jackson.
Hey, come on, get mine.
Hey, right here.
And 1:01 left in the third quarter. Clippers moving the ball around. Leonard with the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The pass to LeBron. Shoots over Leonard. James misses. Clippers leading by 11. Floats it up there for Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Here's James, and the Lakers with another miss.
He's gone off the rails this quarter, and it's a bad time to do it. I mean, when they're needing to fight from behind.
Harrell with it, and it's Howard picking him up. Here's Shamet. Rebounded by the Lakers. And he lobs it up, and Howard with the stuff.
This is the chemistry Howard has with this guy. He's fantastic at realizing when to go for alley-oops.
There's Jackson with the 3, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter, and they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Leonard down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. And it's Williams at the point guard position. Here's Kuzma, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Kuzma's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Lakers. Williams scanning the floor. George, that's a 2-pointer. That one wide left.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
And it's LeBron missing.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Leonard kicks to George. Tries again. And another shot. The Lakers with the rebound. LeBron's got his 7th rebound here tonight. He dishes it to Cook. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And it's sent back by Howard.
Howard, one of the league's most feared rim protectors in the league.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And the Clippers call time here. And with a fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
And it's Leonard, that time on the assist by Williams. Williams has got 4 assists in the game. Lakers trail by 11. Here is Cook. And the rejection by Leonard. Here's George. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
On the wing, James. He's covered by Leonard. Passes it to Kuzma. 6 to shoot. Misses the 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Left side, George. Harrell dishes to Williams. Releases. Again, the Clippers.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Lakers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter.
Get LeBron! Get LeBron!
LeBron against Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
James is such a powerful player. Amazing at how he draws contact on the way up.
Two.
First one falls for him. And some changes here for the Lakers. JaVale McGee comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Quinn Cook. The Clippers also making some changes. Morris comes in for Harrell, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. He doesn't get the second one. Clippers leading by 14. Beverley with the ball. Pass to Zubac. The Clippers need to get off a shot from deep. George, the offensive rebound. And the wide open shot from Morris. And a miss there on the triple.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
Help out!
Pass to McGee. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, that's where McGee makes his living. On the interior, it makes them a much more effective offense when he's able to contribute in the painted area.
LeBron against Leonard. Kicks it to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Green up on top. Defended by George. Now the pass to Caldwell-Pope. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 11 rebounds in the game. George. Rebounded by McGee.
Oh, defense, they just took that possession off. I mean, they get away with it that time, but they've got to show some more aggression.
The Lakers working the ball around now. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Leonard's got the ball. Good on the three-point shot. And that's now 26 points for George.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And Caldwell-Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. He just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
Two shots.
The first one falls. Davis is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Leonard.
Hey, D up on Leonard.
He can't get it to go. Great D that time from LeBron. Passes it to Davis.
I got ball.
James outside. No good from outside.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Here's Beverly. The rebound by the Lakers. Davis has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. 14 feet away. They get it back. It's good on the putback. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
A specialty of McGee's. I mean, he's a high-activity guy who's opportunistic on the offensive glass.
And George with this stuff.
He's having a great night from the floor, and they're going to keep leaning on him, looking to grow the lead.
Knocked loose, and so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Friday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for the game with the Mavericks, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Shot clock at 2.
I really like the hustle of Morris. He does a terrific job crowding the shooters.
Here's Leonard, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. You have to know the scouting report. He's a threat from out there.
Out to the right wing. Here's Beverly. And Davis sends it back. Now LeBron. And they pick up 2. James has got 28.
I mean, if you're the defense, what can you do? James is too strong, too focused on these finishes.
Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And it's the Lakers on the break. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers.
Right here.
To the right side. Pass to Morris. 5 to shoot. Outside Leonard. The tray. That one doesn't drop. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Green against George. And the rejection by Zubats. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Here's Leonard. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And the first one at the line is good. Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game, that system, is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019, letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against each other. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
All right, it's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Oh, great instincts, relentless. Seems like he's getting to every miss. He'll do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. Get out there on him.
No shot.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Lakers trail by 12. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. And it's off the back rim, no good. The Clippers shooting 32% in the fourth, perhaps looking a bit tired. Leonard with no one around. His three-pointer's off the mark. It's LeBron with the drive, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I mean, James is like a freight train moving to the rim. He's so effective at getting the D to hit him when he's on the attack.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Clippers leading by 11. George passes to Morris, and Morris throws it down.
And Morris really rises up for these jams, leaving no mistake as he finishes with authority.
Caldwell Pope against Morris. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. The Clippers shooting 48% from the field, not bad at all. Leonard kicks to Williams, pass to Zubac, back to Williams. Clippers moving the ball around.
Hey, yo, right here.
Left side, George. Connects from three-point range. George has got 31 points.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
But, GA, this is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Clippers.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win. And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Leonard.
Well, he was the agitator, bothering everybody with his defense, coming up with steals. I mean, making sure they were never able to get comfortable as long as he was out on the floor.
Chris, regarding the overstated pre-draft concerns about Luka Doncic, even as the game goes international, it seemed like many GMs are scared to go all in on European players.
And rightfully so. It's a new area, and if they're not immersed into the culture, it may be a little more trepidation on that end. But I would just say, just look at the really the great stories, whether you're talking about the Vlade Divas or the Sabos that came into the game, and even you can
Dirk
go to
Nowitzki.
Marshall
all
Lonis,
these
Dirk
guys.
Nowitzki. Yeah, come on, Porzingis. We got a lot of great players from overseas that have shown us that they can make the way. But the mistake would be is thinking just because someone lives close to him, they would have the game of a Dirk Nowitzki, and that's not true. So you need to do your due diligence, but I think European players have already proved the type of heart, skill set, and mindset that they come to this game with, which is at the top.
Yo, who got ball?
Howard, the pass to Rondo.
Bradley.
1:07 left in the fourth quarter. Howard finds Rondo. Lets a floater go. And here are the Clippers. They're on a 9-1 run. Leonard draws the double, and the pass to Magruder. Shoots over Bradley. Good on the shot. And the Clippers lead by 20.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Hey, pick up Bradley, Deion Bradley.
Morris dishes to Smith. Outside Rondo. 4 on the clock. Passes it to Morris. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
Pass to Magruder. Back to Leonard. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.